All right, next we're going to cycle our strikes. So cycling is from our starting position in our boxing stance. We strike, and instead of just tapping and returning, we're gonna follow through with our strike. So starting with the forehand strike. Cycle. Go ahead and do this multiple times as you practice. You are essentially drawing a circle with your strike. Backhand. Straight punch. Hook. Uppercut. From the side. So multiple things are going on as you are learning to cycle your strikes. One, you're following through. Rather than just trying to tap your target, you're striking all the way through your target and then coming back. This naturally puts more power into your strike and sets you up for your next strike. Likewise, this starts to make your techniques work together. From the cycle, you're naturally coming back to your starting point. At the starting point here, you can go into the same strike, or you can move into a new strike. I can go forehand, into a hook, into a straight punch, into a backhand, into my uppercut, back into my forehand. I'm simply going along the circles that my techniques naturally draw as I am cycling through. Lastly, this cycling motion starts to introduce us into weapons grappling. If in the scenario I'm in, I don't have the space to actually strike, I can use the cycling motion and the angle that my weapon and my arm naturally create to grab and maybe even scrape and rub against my assailant, or start grabbing and manipulating my opponent, right? Now, we don't get into that too much here, but if, for example, you're trying to grab someone's arm and pull it off of you, add a hard metal object in here, and then now you have a much stronger grip to persuade them to let go. So think about using this now as a claw to latch into your opponent, persuade them this is a bad idea. All right, so go ahead, practice that cycling motion with all of your techniques. Looks something like this. And that's where that locking comes in. Locking in there. Locking in there. Locking in there. Locking in there. Then you can also start cycling and moving into other techniques. Follow through into my next strike, into my next strike, into my next strike, into my next strike. All right? So go ahead, start practicing that cycling motion there.